He was saying in the
and it was a
interview,
very close game. Peter could have taken it in the end. He'll be very pleased with that performance, not just because he won, but the fact that he was so far behind in legs at times, but he dug in and he won his throw, and then when he had the opportunity to take it against, he took it.
Perhaps apart from match one tonight, with Andy Hamilton getting beat 5-1 by Dennis Ovens, not necessarily had upsets aplenty tonight. Is that an upset, Manley beating Painter?
No, it's not an upset. They're both evenly matched. I mean, the ranking 16 and 17 tells it all anyway. They've probably both beaten each other on an even amount, I would have thought. Hamilton was probably the favourite to beat Ovens, but Ovens turned in probably one of his best performances on TV. But Peter will be absolutely over the moon with that performance.
Yeah. OK, thank you, fellas. Let's just check on all of tonight's results. If you missed some of the earlier action this evening, we started with that 5-1 win for Dennis Ovens over at the Hammer. Andy Hamilton, a finalist in the Grand Slam, you'll recall, perhaps in Wolverhampton last year. He'll be disappointed with that. Dennis Priestley had to fight a little to get past Jan van der Rassel, but did it, 5 legs to 3. Adrian Lewis, a 5-2 winner against Hannes Schneer, the Austrian. Adrian cut his left hand before he played and has gone to get himself patched up. Jelle Klaassen played very well against Colin Lloyd, 5-2 win for him too, as it was for Raymond van Barneveld. Didn't hit his absolute top form, but got past Andy Jenkins OK. Very smooth was James Wade, although he didn't really feel he was afterwards in the interview with Janey, but a 5-1 winner over Alex Roy. Same scoreline for Alan Taban over Chris Mason. And Peter Manley turning it round against Kevin Painter, a 5-2 win for him. Let's have a little look back next, in case you missed it, at an excellent match in the Zuidbahnhof Arena last night. This was John Part, the current world champion, seeded 4 here, against the Scot Robert Thornton. We'll join the match with Part leading by 3 legs to 2. Best of 9, remember. In the box for this were Alan Warren-a-Little and Stuart Pike.
It's the opening night here of the first ever European Championships at the Zuidbahnhof in Frankfurt, and the world champion John Part just with his nose in front. It's been a tale of missed chances. Part 1 up and Thornton 2-1 up, should have been 3-1 up. The crucial leg could be the 4th leg when they were both missing darts and a double. But here comes Thornton with a 3rd maximum of the match, 5 in all in 6 legs of darts.
Well, the trebles have been no problem. It's the doubles they've been worried about. They could have thrown head jogs in a few of those early legs and still missed. 93. 2 out of 16 for Thornton, and that's just not good enough, down to 13%. Just putting himself under pressure, if you're wondering why. It's 3-2 down. Well, after Lord's Mayor's show, as they say down at the local, but recovered with that last dart. Just gives him a slight lead.
Well, good response from John Part. If you're just joining us on the opening night here in Frankfurt, this is what's happened so far. Walsh, a 6-4 winner over Colin Osborne. Mervyn King coming from 3-0 down to beat Wade Jones 6-4. The big shock of the night, Spain's Carlos Rodriguez, a 7-5 winner over the world number 5 Terry Jenkins. Wayne Mardle, a whitewash, beating Andre Velga of Germany. And Phil Taylor averaging 106, sending out a message in his 5-1 win over Jacko Barry.
John Part missed an opportunity to leave a finish. 1-4-5 from Thornton, missed the treble 15. So he'll go treble 17 and leave double 16 if he can peg it with the last one. 17. Just underneath.
Looks like being another break of throw. That is, if Robert Thornton can find a double. May well go up. Well, that's put pressure on Thornton here. He's going to get surely at least 1 dart at a double, maybe 2.
Well, 2 darts at double. He's needed more in previous legs, but he only needed 1 that time. As a few early legs have shown, he's either hit it first dart or not hit it at all.
So 3 apiece. Just to remind you, it has to be won by 2 clear legs. But if we get to 7 legs all, we have a sudden death leg.
Yeah, I'm sure both players won't want it to go that far. Still a bit more to do in this game for either one of these players to win. But a sudden burst from either one of these two. Could see him get through to that second round. And then just put down these missed doubles and get on with the next game.
45.
Of course, all these first round matches effectively £2,000 games, because £2,000 for the first round losers, and that guaranteed doubles for a place in the second round. Well, doubles have been missed, trebles have been hit. And nearly another one, 5 180s so far in this game.
Well, slightly ahead, but Thornton fighting back, coming downstairs for the cover shot and hits the treble 19, so gives him a good advantage. Well, he's going down for 19s, because if he does it one treble, it'll leave him 170. It's a good thinking by John Part, one of the best counters in the game. Can't do it now.
Blocked the bed, didn't he? So Thornton knows he's got 6 darts from 179 to go ahead again in this match. Will surely come down for treble 19. Terrific tungsten from Robert Thornton.
Two consecutive 137s, leaving 42 to go 4-3 ahead at this crucial stage. Well, two 180s in leg 3. And if he loses this leg, he might need to do similar scoring to stay in the match. Well, double 18's his favourite double, so he's going up top right. He missed this earlier on. Just taking his time. Well, he pegged it with a third dart. Took his time this time instead of rushing, and paid dividends, hitting the lipstick with that third dart.
Oh, great game, isn't it? First leg to Part, next 2 to Thornton, next 2 to the Canadian, next 2 to Thornton. And Part here is responding. Has to win this leg, of course, to take us to a tie-break, to extra time, and maybe penalties if we reach the 15th leg.
I'd like to see John Part take a penalty. But good start, 140. Needs to follow it up though. He's staying upstairs. Well, he's done well underneath there. Looked a bad cover shot. Managed to squeeze 2 just underneath.
Well, under pressure, you've got to say, that is really impressive. Because he knows he has to win this leg and kicks off with back-to-back 140s. And you know, when you get to this stage, it's for me, as much about the talent and ability as who can handle the pressure.
Well, that's not just the first rounds, but these short formats are all about handling that pressure. It's easy to hit when you're 3 or 4-0 up. It's easy to hit the trebles and the doubles, but when it's a close game, knowing that your opponent could come back and beat you, and the fingers start twitching, a little bit different. John Part, he's got 6 darts at 164, so he'll stay upstairs.
Well, I mean, you know from yesteryear when you were at your pomp, when you were in big finals and you were winning big finals, that, you know, that it's as much about holding your nerve.
Yesteryear? Well, that's what it's all about. Practice, put the hours in on the board, but you can never practice the pressure you put under in a darts match, especially in a close darts match. It's very difficult to explain. John Part, double 16, doesn't want to be missing this, giving Thornton the chance to win the match. And he's missed it. So Thornton moving in for the match on 81.
Thornton has got his chance. Dreadful on the doubles early on. Much better since the break. Chance here for the match. Double 9 to win it for Robert Thornton, and the world champion is history. John Part is out of the European Championship, and you can see the disappointment etched on the face of John Part. He had his chance, he blew it, and in the end Thornton didn't. And Robert Thornton is through to the second round. John Part is on his way back to Canada.
So the world champion and 4th seed, a first round casualty here. John Part out. What about the 5th seed, Terry Jenkins? His first round encounter here in Frankfurt was up against the Spaniard, Carlos Rodriguez. We're going to have a look at the culmination to their first round encounter now. We'll join it with Rodriguez leading 5 legs to 4. And again in the box, Messrs Warren a Little and Pike.